Check this out. I'm holding two Emax drones that are being released today. So over here we have the Tinyhawk 3 Plus HD, and over here we have the Tinyhawk 3 Plus HD Freestyle. Now you probably noticed the intro to this video is a little different than my usual videos, but that's gonna fix itself in a second. Let me just explain the backstory. You see, Emax sent me this drone to review back in July of the year 2023. Yeah, this year, but it seems like forever ago. But they said, hey, hang on, don't release the review because we don't have enough parts to make everything. So, okay, that's no problem. Then they sent me this one, and this was supposed to be a separate review. This is the Freestyle. But then they said, you know what, just release them at the same time. So today, every reviewer on the planet who has these is launching their video at the same time. So what does that mean for you, the Captain Drone viewer? Well, it means my video's all messed up. So what I'm going to start this video with is the video I made way back in July to review this. Then we'll go from there into the unboxing of this and the unboxing of this, and then I'll do a flight of this and a flight of this outdoors, and I'll give you my final thoughts. So here we go. Hey everyone, welcome to the Captain Drone YouTube channel. My name is Steve and I am a drone pilot, and today I have something I never thought I would see for many more years, and that is the first ready-to-fly FPV drone kit that is digital and made for beginners. So everything you need, goggles, the remote, and the drone, and the batteries, and the battery charger are all in this case, and it's digital. So this is from Emax, and it's called the Tinyhawk 3 Plus HD, and they also tell me that if people find it a little expensive, they're also going to make an analog version. So this is the little Tinyhawk here. Yes, it is all plastic and bendy because it's made for beginners to smash into things and for it not to break. But the good thing is, there's a digital camera on it, and that digital camera can move up and down. So as you get better, you move the camera up and the drone tilts more and you go faster. You can fly in acro mode and do flips and rolls and all that other good stuff. Or you can fly in angle mode for indoors so it stays nice and level and you can get around corners nice and easy and take your time. And it does run on a 1S battery. This is a 650 milliamp hour LiPo battery. They only included one in my kit, so I don't know if all the kits only have one. They did include the charger, and the charger can charge up 2 batteries at once. So that's why I was wondering, did they mess up and only send me one? I don't know. When you order it, if you see there's only one battery, get yourself a second battery at minimum, because the flight time, HD0 is digital. And anybody in the FPV hobby knows that digital cameras require an awful lot of power. They just suck the batteries dry. So you only get about maybe 3 to 4 minutes of flight time on this thing. It's not like 3 to 4 minutes are over quickly. If you're a beginner, 3 to 4 minutes are going to seem like 3 to 4 hours if you can keep this in the air for that long. When you get good enough, you can keep it in the air for that long and it'll seem great. But when you're a beginner, 3 to 4 minutes is a long time. Now, since it's digital, that means not only is the camera digital, but so are the FPV goggles. Now, check this out. I love this with Emax. So they know that people like me wear glasses, and you know, you can't fit box goggles over glasses, not the budget-friendly ones. So they make their goggles so they go pop, and there you go. You take this display and this little tripod thingy at the bottom, and you hook it into the remote that's included, and then your display sits like this. You stare at it and fly. It's almost like flying a DJI drone. Or you do like I do, and I take a tripod and I stick it on the tripod like this, spin it around, wink, and there we go. And then I put this someplace, and then I fly the drone and I just look over at the display. For me, it seems to work nicely that way. So I'll power all this on right here and show you it right out of the box. But first, let me show you what comes in the box. Check this out. First, we'll begin with the unboxing of the Tinyhawk 3 Plus HD. You'll notice it comes in a very nice carry case, and inside that carry case, you'll find your drone, your radio, your goggles, and accessories. This new HD0 version arrives fully assembled, and it is constructed of plastic. Please note that you can move the camera up and down, but the screws on either side are kind of loose, so make sure you tighten them. Being of a flexible plastic construction, it is designed not to break upon crashing. This is the tiny antenna sending out your video transmission. A one-cell 650 milliamp hour LiPo battery arrives with the drone, and you do get a battery charger. You may already have batteries at home that would work with this drone. Check out the connector here. 4-bladed AVAN props are included on the brushless motors, and you do get a spare set of AVAN props. A bag of hardware and tools is also included. Total weight of the Tinyhawk 3 Plus HD with the included battery is only 51 grams. A very nice radio is included in this ready to fly kit, and you can charge up the radio with the included USB-C cable. There is an 18650 battery already in the radio that allows you to charge it up. The bottom portion of the radio has mostly trim controls, which no one uses in the FPV hobby, but there is the power button. The joysticks feel very solid and move well. The upper portion of the radio has all your metal switches, and they are all super well labeled. The bottom of the radio has a USB-C connector for charging, or you can use that same connector to connect to your computer to use the radio to assist with flight sims. So yes, you can use this radio to fly all your flight sims. Next item in the box would be your HD0 FPV goggles. Please note that these goggles do have a built-in fan. Only 4 buttons are present on the goggles, and many of the buttons have dual functions. The front display can be removed. This USB-C port is used to charge up the display. You do receive a cable for firmware updates. And this is the location of where you will place your micro SD card. You must provide your own. The display does come with a tripod mount, as well as hardware to connect the display to the radio. Other items in the kit include the propeller direction card, the support card, and Emax stickers. And now let's quickly unbox the Freestyle version, which contains many of the same components. Opening the box, you can see there is no carry case in this one, and you can also see that the Freestyle version is better built on a carbon fiber frame. 3-bladed AVAN props are on 7000 kV motors. You do get a spare set of props as well. This is the tiny antenna sending out the video signal. The battery connector requires 2 1-cell batteries to be connected, and 2 1-cell 650 mAh LiPo batteries are included. A battery charger is included to charge up both batteries at once. The batteries are designed to sit on the top portion when connected. Total weight of the HD0 Freestyle with the 2 batteries is only 94 grams. Other items include a bag of spare hardware. The included radio and FPV goggles are identical to those included with the Emax Tinyhawk 3 Plus HD ready to fly kit. So this means you also get the USB-C cable for charging, propeller direction card, Emax support card, and Emax stickers. Now, as I showed in the unboxing, all the metal switches are labeled. So if you're a beginner, you're not struggling to figure out what does what. So I'm going to power this on right now, and one point I want to make for the newbies out there who are not familiar with the RC hobby, and maybe you only fly drones like DJI drones, that can really mess you up. So in the RC hobby, when you have a real radio, or a radio in the RC hobby, you take the switches and you push them away from you. That's the way it always works. There's a switch on here called flip over and crash. If that switch is not away from you, you can't even arm the drone. Second thing, this left joystick, this is a mode 2 radio, must be all the way to the bottom. So I got their 650 battery. Now, since I fly a lot of Emax products, I have a lot of other batteries, but the other batteries I have are only 450s. I have a pile of these, and with a 450, I don't get a long flight time. I'm gonna plug this in, get some lights, put it down, and they are connected. Okay, so let me try to balance this. You gotta make sure your left joystick is all the way down. If not, she won't arm, and whoa, look at it go. So there we go. You can turn it on and off. It does have a stop mode. You turn it upside down, she stops, so when it crashes, it's not going to kill itself. All right, so that's that, and now you want to see the display. I have 2 of these, and I don't know if I have the right one here. Okay, so when I power this on, it should search for the signal from this. So let's try this. I'll hit the power button at the back, hold the power in. You can see this, and it will be a digital display. It will do a scanning when it comes on. I'll hear the fan. Okay, I hear the fan starting. I've got this drone. I'm just going to hold it looking at me so that you can see my pretty face. And if it comes on, you'll see me. It's scanned. There we go. It is working, so it finds the signal, and we're all good. What's the image look like? Oh my God, that looks terrible. Oh, I see the problem. It shoots out so much power that the video transmitter is getting overheated, it says. Oh, you have to be flying right away. You have to be outside. All right, so let me cool it off by flying it here. So there we go. I'll take it up. Try not to hit my head. I'm in beginner mode. There we go, it's beginner mode right here. I don't know if there's any picture coming out of the display because it is pretty hot. It might cool itself off as we fly, but yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, let's bring it down. Whoa, caught it. There we go. So if you ever want to catch an FPV drone out of the air that's very small, as it's flying, take your thumb and then boink, pull the arm switch down and you can catch it. So now you can play back the video. There's a menu. I don't know, I could show it here. See that? There's a little menu system, and then you can play back the video. All the flights you took are on your SD card. You have to put the SD card in, by the way. It doesn't come with one. Just put a little class 10 16 gig SD card and you'll be fine. So there you go. There's the video of the flight, and you could see as the VTX was cooling, the video doesn't have all the noise in it. Also, you can record, I believe, you can put the OSD over top. In other words, what I see in my goggles, you can have it recorded as well, or you can have it not record it. But either case, you end up with digital video. Now, I know someone's going to ask me this question because if you're from the analog world, you can have as many of these monitors as you want. You can have 1 million of them and give them to all your friends, family, extended family, all the people in the world, and they can all watch your flight at the same time. But when it comes to digital, it's a little different. There's a handshaking involved. So even myself with HD0, since it's sort of from the analog world to the digital world, I don't know if you can have 2 monitors at once. I happen to have 2 at once, so we're going to try it. So you and I are going to learn at the exact same time. I'm going to plug this in. There we go. It's sending out a signal, and it's going to be getting hot, and that's good. Now I'm going to power this on. Let me see. So I have 2 of them here. I'm going to power this one on and this one on. Try to do them at the same time, and push. Let's see. I should hear 2 fans starting up. Okay. This one's on, and this one's on. Oh, whichever one came on first, I think is going to connect. So this one might connect. Let's see, they're both going. Which one's going to connect to the drone? Am I going to get 2 images or 1? Or are they just going to cancel themselves out? I got 2 images. Ha ha ha! So if you have 2 monitors or 3, it looks like they all connect. So the next thing I should do is take this for a quick flight so I can then tell you how I think it flies for a beginner or a pro. So let's do that now. Early morning, we're going to take the Tinyhawk 3 Plus HD for a flight. Now, one thing to note, I'm a guy who flies FPV with goggles on, but I can't wear goggles, so I have to try to fly it looking at this screen. This is going to be different for me. Okay, so I got the remote powered on. Now I'm going to plug in the quad and get it ready for takeoff. Put the camera forward. Okay, so we should be good, ready to go. Let's see if I arm the motors. Yep, she's going to fly. All right. Next thing I have to do is turn on our monitor down here. So hit the power button so that it finds the channel and starts the recording process. There we go, Emax. So we'll see how bright this is outdoors. There we are. I think it's found it. Okay, so that's about as bright as it gets. So I'm going to give this a shot. Like I say, I'm not used to flying, staring at a screen. I have it first off set in beginner mode for launch. And there we go. I'm staring at it. I'm actually looking at it. I'm not even looking at my screen. Okay, I'll go back to looking at my screen. There we go. Now I can fly. It's no problem. Go through the trees. There we go. Just gonna get the brain in check. Oh, now we're going into the sun. So now we have some blindingness happening. It takes a few seconds to get everything working. Coming at the trees again. I'm gonna go up, go over that tree, go up, come out to the parking lot where I am out here. Go between these posts. So yeah, no problem flying it right now. I am getting a lot of interference out here, and I'm not flying that far away, but you can still see the image. It's still flyable. If you go low, see now where I'm standing, I have to try to keep it so the antennas are facing towards the drone. So you see where I am? So in other words, I should be going this way, and it should be better. Now on the screen already, it's giving me a low battery. I'm not really sure. I did charge up the batteries, I'm pretty sure. But I am getting a low battery. Oh, that's not my truck. There's my truck over here. And go over my truck. There we are. All right. So that's pretty cool. Let me land it and change the battery. And then put it in acro mode. All right. See if I can fly it that way. Try not to crash it coming down. Where's the arm switch over here? There we go. And there it is over there. So if I look at my little display down here, it says you were armed for 1 minute and 30 seconds, about that. And my voltage on the battery, lowest it went down was 3.27, but my battery's at 3.56. In other words, I probably could have flown for another minute. Maybe this is an old battery because this battery's a little puffy. I'm going to put in a battery that doesn't feel as puffy. And here we go. Yeah, I got beeps happening all over the place. Plug that in. Get you ready to go. Actually, I'm going to take off this way, and I've got the camera set for acro, which means I have it up a little bit. So there we go. We're going to be flying pretty fast. On the switch here, I have beginner mode. That's what I flew in first. Then you have horizon mode, and then you have acro mode. So I'm going to go all the way down to acro, and we're going to fly like a bat out of hell. Here we go. Oh, but the VTX is getting hot because now my display is all messed up. So let's arm it. Arm. Here we go. Should go up a lot faster, cool off the VTX, and go forward. Whoa! There we are. This is acro mode. I don't know how that looks. So this is like full speed. Try not to hit the post. I'm getting some bouncing up and down, so I think that little camera in the front, I think it's moving up and down. It's not really, it doesn't really arrive to you screwed on tight. It's a little loose, so you can move it up and down, so I think that's the problem. That's why you see the little jitteriness happening in the display here. I think it's bouncing around. But either case, I'm just showing you can fly it in acro mode, and can it do flips and rolls? Certainly. Let me go back this way, so I'm within line of sight of the display, and here we go. There's a little roll. Let's do a little horizon flip. Oh, I don't even know where I am now. I don't know where I am. I'm still flying though. Oh, there I am over there. I'm sideways. Whoa! I recovered it. That was pretty cool. I totally lost it. Lost video signal, and I looked up just listening to the sound, and I could see it up in the sky, and then recovered it and bringing it back here. All right. So you can see my battery's pretty low happening here, but it's cruising around the parking lot. It's doing quite well. All right, so let's bring it back to me. I'm going to flick it back into beginner mode, which is angle mode, which means I can slow it down nicely, and bring it over here and come over to me, and we're going to land it right over by my camera here. And watch me hit my camera and down. There we are. Now I'm sure somebody's going to ask, can you put a camera on this? Everybody says, can you put a GoPro on it? Yes, I know that sounds like the most ridiculous question in the world, but viewers do ask that question. No, you can't put a GoPro on this, but I'll try to stick a little Insta360 camera on it. There we go. Insta360 Go camera on the bottom. I don't even know if it has the power to lift it. Let's give it a shot. So this is what the video image from the Insta360 Go looks like. You can see it probably picks up right here, the props and the prop guards. It's not designed for a camera. I'm just showing this for the fun of it. So let's put this down. Here we go. Let's go and arm it. Well, I got it up. It's got enough power to fly. Low to the ground, bring it around. Coming around back to me. There. There I am with the little camera. So if you wanted to put a little camera on this thing, you could, and this is the type of image you would get. Go down the parking lot here and turn it around, come back at me. I am surprised it does fly, because normally with that extra weight of a camera, oops, don't want to go over to the dog. With the extra weight of a camera, it will kill the battery pretty fast. But there we go. Okay, let's bring it on back. It was just to show you it can be done. And we're gonna come and land over here. There we go. Now we're going to take the little Tinyhawk 3 Plus HD Freestyle for a spin. Now the Freestyle does come with two 650 milliamp hour 1S batteries, so you have to put two of them on. It takes up the whole top portion, so you'll never get a camera on there. If you want to put a camera, you have to stick it on the bottom. Being that it's a 2S drone, it's going to have a ton of power, so it will be able to lift the camera easily. So I am going to leave the camera pretty much forward for this flight. Power on the monitor here. Here we go. There we go. They spin nicely. Can't even hear them. Listen to that. So quiet. Ooh, this could be a good one. Maybe the reception on this one's better, because so far it's very clear. Much better than the other one. So let's go. I'll do it by line of sight. Take it up. I'm in a beginner mode, which would be angle mode. And I'm flying here. Oh yeah, video reception is awesome on this one. This is really good. I don't know, was it the other one on the wrong channel or what? But this is really good. There we go. We'll get a little bit of interference there. This is the way it should look. So yeah, this is much better. Going over me. Now I should start to lose reception because the drone is behind me, but no, it's all good. Look at this. It's beautiful. It flies so smooth. Ooh, I like this one. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. Since we're up in the air, I'm going to try this. I'm going to try to flick it into expert mode, freestyle. Okay, here we go. Freestyle. There we go. I'm in freestyle mode, which is acro mode. All right, so I have full control. I can bomb around. There we are. Try some flips. Nice. So this, okay, out of the two, whoa, what was that? Out of the two quads, this is by far my favorite. This one is really good. Oh, I like this one a lot. This is awesome. And I don't mind flying this way, just staring at the screen. Of course, I got the screen on the wrong angle, so I have to hold it in a weird way, but no, it's perfectly fine to fly this freestyle. And I can see all the small objects, so I can miss all the posts. You can see out in the field here, we have kids playing. I'm gonna ignore them, come back this way. And bring it down nice and low. Go through the trees over here. There we are. It's really good. Range on this one, way better too. Look at this. I'm going far away from me. Oh, starting to lose reception. Come on back. So there we go. So my range might have been just a little bit farther than you see there. And then zoom back to me. So this is really good, really good. All right, let's see if I can slow it down. There I am there. And trees. And slow it down. All right, this is a speeder. So I think someone who has this one is going to have a blast of fun. If you're a total noob, you're going to crash this and not be able to fly it at all, obviously. But with practice, you will be able to, but hopefully you don't destroy it by then, before you get to the time when you could actually fly it. So, yeah. I think people with just the tiniest bit of experience will be able to fly this one here. All right, I think I'm done with this one. It's pretty darn decent. Let's bring it back. Okay, so I'm going to put it in beginner mode. Boink. It's got a smooth transition. I'm in beginner mode. And I'll bring it down into the sun towards me. Coming down, coming down. So the Freestyle definitely gets a thumbs up from me. This one is good. This is good quality. All right, the question is, can you put a camera on the Freestyle? Of course you can. Let me just grab my little Insta360 Go camera here. Camera will have to go on the bottom, so I'll put some double-sided tape there. That's the view from the Insta360. How does it look? So it's looking at me. You probably see portions of the drone, maybe the prop up here. I'm spinning it. The front end, you probably see that, but we'll see what it looks like flying with the camera. It should definitely have the strength to lift that. Oh yeah, lifts it no problem. It's like it's not even there. So there we go. So that's what the image looks like. Bring it around, nice and high. There we are. Flying around the parking lot. Should be very smooth. So if you put a camera on it, that's what you get. It is pretty cool. And if you want to go really fast, let me just turn it this way. And now I can fly it freestyle. There you go, with a camera on it too. Pretty cool. And then we'll bring it back, as now those little batteries are getting low with all that power being sucked out of them. All right, so bring it back, put it back in the beginner mode. Come on down nice and slow. This drone is really good for the money, I think. You know, just spin it around. There we are. Pretty darn good. I like this one. All right, you're back to me, and I'm going to give you my final thoughts on these two quads. So we're in the year 2023, and if you look at the market today in the year 2023, almost everything is DJI 03 or walk snail. HD0 is trying to make inroads and come along because they are digital, and it is pretty darn decent. So Emax making a ready-to-fly kit with HD0 is pretty good for the consumer. However, I've noticed with Emax, they try to keep the price low and they try to make it more for beginners. So did you notice the flight times? Pretty low on both of these quads, as well as the video transmission distance. You won't get long range on either of these quads, but you do get HD0 digital in a ready-to-fly kit, and there's nothing else like it on the market. And it was obvious from my video, if I had to pick either one of these, well, this one I would toss away, and this one, the Freestyle, is the one I would pick. For my skills anyways, this one I think was defective. The video was just terrible on this one. I don't know what was wrong with that. But anyways, this one was perfect. Good video, good flight, good performance, good everything. So with all that said, I'm going to put links to both of these products below. Go check out other people's reviews and see if this one here, plasticky one, see if it's better in their reviews than in mine. That way, in case you were thinking of getting this one, you'll have a better idea if it's really good or not. But if you like the Freestyle, I'll tell you, if you have skills to fly this, this is the one to get. This is like a really good quad. I just wish it had a longer transmission range, but for what it has, it's pretty decent. All right, guys, links to all these products are below on the Emax site. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I won't knock anything over here. I'll try not to, and I'll catch you in a future video with many more reviews. Until then, I say bye.